and the power just went out. That was fun. Hey guys, welcome to episode 43 of the Knit Now Swatch Later podcast. My name is Courtney. Today is June 30th, 2021, and I am coming to you from Pennsylvania, where I live with my husband and our 2 dogs and 2 cats. This is a knitting podcast where I talk about all of my knitting, crocheting, and whatever other crafting I happen to be getting into in the last couple of weeks. Links to everything that I talk about in the podcast, as well as everywhere that you can find me, are in the description box below. But you can find me on Ravelry as Pup and on Instagram as Knit Now Swatch Later. We also have a group for this podcast on Ravelry, and there is also a link to my Etsy shop, which is whiterosefibercompany.com. So I don't have any finished objects technically, but I do have 2 half-finished objects, so I will show you those first. This is my opal sock. I don't remember the color number right offhand, but this is the one I was working on for Habitat's Wheel Sock Knit Along. I knit these, I started these on Magic Loop and switched over to the Addy Flexi Flips on a US size 1 2.25 millimeter needle. I did just plain vanilla knitting, and with the opal socks you're supposed to get a pattern. I don't really see a pattern. Like I talked about before, that could just be because of my gauge. I have no idea. And then the other half-finished object that I have is my pair of socks for Dad. The pattern is by Kay Litton, or the Crazy Sock Lady. I knit this in Hedgehog Fibers in the colorway Matchstick, and same thing, I knit these on USA's 1 2.25 millimeter Flexi Flips. And there's a close-up of the texture on the foot, and it goes all the way up the leg and even up into the ribbing. So yeah, instead of finishing 1 pair of socks, I finished 1 sock in 2 pairs. So whatever works. So works in progress. I do have my socks for Dad, but I literally just cast that on. Like, I didn't even join. I just cast on the stitches and then put it down. So I'm not going to show you that, but I do have my other vanilla opal socks that I started. So these are, I'm only a few rounds away from the end of the leg, so then I'll start the heel flap and gusset on those. So pretty good progress on those. They are flying since I got more sets of the Addy Flexi Flips, which I will talk about later in the episode. But those are the ones I switched off of. I was doing them Magic Loop, and I switched to the Flexi Flips, and I think those are definitely my favorite method of knitting because everything I've worked on since then has just flown. Alright, next up in my purple bird bag, I think I have 1 of these left in the shop, so if you're interested, it should be there. I have Ben's Rhinebeck Roomy socks. So I have the leg, I finished the heel flap and the heel turn, and now I am in, no, I just finished the gusset decreases, so now I'm just doing the pattern down the foot. And then I ran out of yarn, so I joined in a different color purple. This, the first purple here is 3 Irish Girls in the colorway Witch's Brew. This gray is just a random gray that I use for heels and toes. I have no idea what it is. It's just a neutral color for heels and toes. And then I'm not sure, I think this is Cascade wave, maybe. Here's what it looks like in the cake. I have knit socks for Ben out of this before. I'm pretty sure the color is Nightshade. That sounds right. And then I'm just keeping these in this little needle cozy that I have no idea where I got this from, but it's really pretty. That's it for socks. I do have a new cast on, which is in another bag from my shop, which is White Rose Fiber Company. And I finally cast on The Weekender Light by Andrea Mowry. And here's my progress so far. Not much, but I still probably have like 1.5 inches of ribbing to go. And I have this on a US size 2, which is 2.75 millimeter. They're on my ChowGoo Red Lace interchangeable needles, and I am knitting this in Dizzy-Wig fibers. Here's their tag, and the colorway is Coven. So far, I'm not really enjoying it that much because I don't really enjoy tubular cast-ons, and I don't enjoy 1x1 rib. So that's just kind of where we're at right now. I've been trying to plug away on it a little bit every day. So eventually I will finish the ribbing, but that's all that I have on that so far. So I think that's everything for knitting works in progress. I do have one cross stitch work in progress that I can show you guys. Some of you guys may recognize this from, I think I showed this last year. I started it and I finished like a little bit and then I never touched it again. But this is my Fox cross stitch that I have been working on. It's just a kit that I got from Hobby Lobby. And then this pig needle minder is so cute. I love him so much. My friend Shelly gave him to me while I was at knit group yesterday, and I just about died. He's so cute and I love him so much. And then this is just, you just put your needle on there. There's a magnet so that you don't lose your needle, which is pretty clever. So yeah, this is the fox's body, and then this is his tail. So I just finished up this part, these two like zigzags this morning, and then there's more of the tail that goes up this way. But actually, I'll just show you guys the picture. That would be easier, wouldn't it? So here's what my little fox will look like when she is done. He or she, I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but super cute. I am still very much learning. So it's been really nice to be able to take it to my knitting group, which is everyone in my knitting group also cross stitches, so that's fun. And I can take it and ask questions when I have them. I also learned that I need reading glasses for cross stitching because the boxes are very, very tiny. So yesterday I picked up some reading glasses, and of course they're pink because so I have found that it is much easier to cross stitch when I'm wearing these, so I have been pretty good about wearing them. I've only had the glasses since yesterday, but I've cross stitched a couple times since then, and they're really helping. So I don't know if that counts as an acquisition or not, but speaking of acquisitions, I'm going to move into acquisitions. So I also received 2 new sets of the Addie Flexi Flips, which my friend Shelly gave me, which was awesome of her. She just had a couple of extra sets. I think she said she had like 3 and she only needed 1, so she gave me the other 2. We actually traded. I gave her one of the bags from my business and she gave me the needles, so my socks have just been flying off of those needles and I am really enjoying them. So if you have not tried the Addie Flexi Flips, I highly, highly recommend them. I love them. So the next thing is kind of a little sneak peek into something that is coming up for the shop. I ordered a leather punch, and that came in the mail a couple days ago. I haven't gotten to use it because there's more parts that I need, more hardware that has not come yet. I ordered it at the same time as the leather punch, but did not come at the same time. I think those are supposed to come like the end of this week, maybe. So I'm really excited about that, and hopefully you guys are too. If you guys want, you can guess in the comments below what I am going to be offering in the shop, and maybe if someone gets it correct, I will do a giveaway. So I don't know what the prize will be. Maybe the prize will be the new product that I'm making if someone guesses it. So put your guesses in the comments down below. And then moving into books, yesterday I finished Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. It was kind of a slow burn thriller, at least in my opinion. I felt like nothing really happened until the last like 60 pages. It was good. It was definitely more interesting than Lost in the Neverwoods, but it wasn't really holding my interest, and I don't know, it just took a while for me to get back to it after like not reading for a couple days. And then I got a new book. Well, I'm borrowing a new book. So I hurried up and finished that one really quick so that I could get to the next one, which is When Through Deep Waters by Rachelle Dekker. She is Ted Dekker's daughter. So I don't know if I've talked about Ted Dekker on the podcast before, but when I was probably in high school, he was one of my favorite authors. I've read most of his books, not all of them. I haven't been reading the new ones that are coming out, but a lot's been going on lately and I just don't have any of them, any of the newer ones. But I started this one yesterday or this morning, and it's pretty good so far. It's really predictable. So I'm hoping that it'll get better, but I only read like the first 2 chapters, so I don't think I'm far enough to really judge it yet. So yeah, that's what I'm reading. As far as chat goes, I have been meeting with my knitting group every week, which has been super fun, and that's why I had so much to show today on the episode. Other than that, not a whole lot's going on here. Shark Week, Sock Week has been taking up a lot of my time, and thank you so much if you have ordered a Shark Week bag, and if you haven't already, there are still some available, and the shop is linked down below. And then that's pretty much it. So if you're participating in Sock Week, let me know in the comments below. Natalie also has a list of all of the shops participating and sponsoring Sock Week, and I will put a link to her list down below, so make sure that you're supporting all of the sponsors that are sponsoring Sock Week. So I think that's pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out a new podcast every 2 weeks. So until next time, happy knitting. Bye!